You're officially in session with DJ Obsession. AKA Mr. Peterson. It's the In Session Podcast, broadcasting live from Brooklyn, New York, where we discuss lifestyle, current events, finance, relationships, politics, entertainment, and more. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome DJ Obsession.
Just like that, yours truly, DJ Obsession. Definitely in the building, baby, and you are officially in session with yours truly, DJ Obsession. Hey, listen, I know there's a million different things you could be doing, a million different people you could be listening to, but yet here you are listening to me, and don't think for a second that I don't appreciate that, because I do. So let me give you a round of applause. We are here, man. We are definitely here. This couple of times a week, as you all know. Shout to everybody on Spotify. Shout to everybody on Anchor FM. And I got the homie here already. We ready to go. Got Alan, the fitness coach, in the building. Alan, what's good, man?
What's going on, DJ Obsession? How you, brother?
I'm good, man. How's everything, man?
All is good.
Yeah, and today I wanted to talk about health and wellness. Weight loss. It's a very big part of what I do. It's a very big part of my journey. As some of you all know, back in the day, I used to weigh upwards of 296 pounds. That was crazy. And this was like back in my club days, DJing and all that. And I went from 296 to 174. Wow. And then I ballooned back up to around 230. And recently, actually in February, I shouted my homie G-Mac, I see you. And recently in February, I decided to get back into the health and wellness part of the game. And I lost 50 pounds. So I got to give myself a round of applause. Now, people ask me all the time, like, yo, what did you do to lose the weight? What are some of the do's and the don'ts? And it's hard to actually get into it and break it down, because a lot of people won't do what I did, and I know that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I decided to have you on because this is your thing. This is what you do.
Yeah, this is it.
To kind of break it down and explain, like, what are some of the do's and don'ts, or some of the things that people should do and look out for.
Well, first, I have to congratulate you, man. I mean, that's a major accomplishment. Most people, don't even reach that milestone of losing that type of weight. And most importantly, sticking with it, because a lot of people bounce back after losing that amount of weight. They usually double it after they, lose that weight. So, major accomplishment to you.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate that.
As far as there's no secret formula that works for everyone,
Right.
Because I look at it, everything here when it comes to weight loss is individualized, because what works for you might not work for someone else, so people have to figure out what's going to work for them, and that they can stick with,
right,
to be very successful. There's so many different diets out there, so many different types of workouts, and it's not fit for everyone. Not everyone is okay with a certain diet or okay with a special type of workout. It might be too vigorous for them. So you got to find that middle point to where, okay, this type of eating is something that I can stick with. And this type of workout is something that I could stick with. And I look at it like that saying that said, your body is your temple, right? You can't build a temple in a day, right? It takes a long time. It could take years to build a temple, right? If you look at it the same way with your body, if you take your time, it might take 6 months, it might take a year, it might take several years. But if you look at it as a work in progress, I feel that people will be more successful as opposed to doing, all right, I'm gonna try to lose all this weight in 2 months, or in 3 months, or in 6 months. Just gradually build and get better and better year by year. Because realistically, you should be looking better and getting better every single year because you're more wiser, you make better choices,
Right.
and you grow.
I think one of the things that people do is that they set this gigantic goal. They'll say something like, I want to lose 50 pounds in a month. And you and I both know that that's not realistic.
No.
You know, not even in 2 months. It's going to take you longer than that. You know, so I tell people all the time that if you set short, realistic goals, if you say, I want to lose 10 pounds in a month, you know, that's more realistic, and you'll hit that 10 pounds, you'll feel accomplished, and also you'll feel encouraged to keep going. And I think what happens is some people immediately get discouraged because they go to the gym for 2 weeks, they work out, and they feel like they should get the results. Like, you know, I want to see this weight loss just fall off of me because this was hard. You know what I mean? It was hard to get up every day. It was hard to work out like this. And it's not going to come overnight. You know what I'm saying? Not at all, man. So I think that's a mindset people got to kind of get into.
Yeah, then most people, they go to the gym, right? And they look at someone else and say, why I don't look like that? I want to look like that, right? But they don't know how many years they've been working on it. They don't know how many years that person's been consistent or what they did, you know? Everybody want quick results. We living in a world where everybody want, you know, instant waffles. I want it tomorrow. And when it comes to your body, you just can't rush the process. You gotta, you gotta put the work in and build gradually to get to where you want to be.
Absolutely, man. Shout to Scratchy D. I see you on the live. Shout to the homies tuning in. Okay, now let's talk about some of the do's and don'ts. Like, I think there's a big misconception. People believe that if you just do a bunch of cardio, that you'll lose weight. Is that true or false?
False.
Okay, now tell them why it's false.
Now, there's big money in it now. You know, you see Peloton, you see all these different type of classes. You know, that's only part of the equation. You know, it's the full formula is cardio is part of it. Nutrition is number one, obviously. All right.
Absolutely.
You could do cardio every single day of the week. If you're eating bad, it's not going to lose a pound. You're not going to lose anything.
The saying goes, you can't outrun a bad diet.
Right. You can't outwork your fork. That's what I say.
I like that.
So you could do cardio for days. Same thing with your workout. That's why you see all these guys in the gym lifting all these weights, and then they lift that shirt up. You're like, yo, what's going on here?
Right.
You know, they put it in 6 days a week, 2 hours a day, and you know, it's not the results are not showing. They might look bulky. They look like they work out, but you know, what's results for you is not results for me, you know. So
absolutely,
for me,
man,
you know, I'm looking for that tone look, no body fat, you know, a little bit of body fat. We all have to have some type of body fat, but not the type of body fat that you see in the gym where these guys are lifting crazy weight and they're fully out of proportion because they're not, you know, doing what they need to do in the kitchen.
Okay, I've had this argument with people back and forth because I totally cut out sugar. Right. I drink coffee, and to sweeten my coffee, I'll put a little bit of honey in it, which is weird for a lot of people. Right. But I'll put a little bit of honey in it if I want to sweeten the coffee. I cut out sugar totally. Someone told me that that's bad, that you shouldn't cut sugar out totally. Is that true or false?
In my you know, it's controversial. So there's some doctors that say you must have sugar in your diet, right?
Right.
And there's other people that, you know, that's all, you know, plant-based and vegan. They like, well, I'm not putting my body loading it up with sugar. The bottom line, sugar stores fat.
Right.
Period. Any way you look at it, any way you look at it, that's the bottom line. So I believe that everything that you eat, there's some type of little sugar in it. So I believe that you should just minimize it as much as you can.
Right.
Because you don't want to load your body with something that's going to store fat. That doesn't even make any sense. So, you know, you run in an uphill battle. If you're trying to reach a goal, why would you put something in your body or large quantities of something in your body that's going to do the opposite to what you want it to do.
Right.
So, you know, as far as sugar, just minimize it. I mean, it's hard to cut it because there's so many things that taste so good with sugar in it, you know? So, you know, my formula is 80-20, right?
What about fruit?
Fruit?
Yeah, natural sugars. What about fruit?
Yeah, fruit is the same thing. It's natural sugars in it, and if you eat fruit, you eat it. You know, I'm not against fruit and vegetables. I mean, you can't really go wrong with those two, right?
Okay,
so,
well, now I've also heard. See, I'm just going to tell you some of the things that I heard. You tell me if it's true or false, right?
Mhm.
I've also heard that natural sugars, even if it's from fruit, you shouldn't have it if you're dieting. If you're trying to cut, you shouldn't have natural sugars. No apples, no oranges, no none of that.
Right.
Is that true?
And let's look at the result of that. So let's just on that statement alone. If you cut out all sugar, not even fruit, how miserable will you be?
Well, you can't ask me that because I've actually did it and I was cool with it. But I guess, you know, I don't want to use myself as an outlier. Right, the average person. Right. I mean, it might be a big deal. It might be a big deal.
That's a big deal for the average person. So the average person is going to hate every minute of it. So you got to find that middle point. Like I said, you know, find that middle point to where, all right, I'm not going to cut it completely, but I can minimize it as much as I can so I could at least get closer to my goal.
Right.
So I don't believe in cutting it out completely. I eat fruits, you know, I don't have any problems. My body's fine. I mean, very fine. So there's I don't really have much limitations in my diet. I just keep it a strict regimen throughout that week, and that's it.
Okay,
so,
cool. Now,
for me, it's 80-20, right? So I think that's more realistic long term. 80% of your week, you eat clean. 20% of the week, you eat whatever you want. If you at that status to where you can have that full 20%. If you're not there yet, you might have to, you know, adjust that number to 90-10. 90% clean, 10%. Right. So it's based on the individual. Whatever you look at it, long term wise, you should be able to get to a point to where 80% of the week you strict to your diet. You're not cheating. You're eating clean. You mirror it to your work schedule, which is the easiest way to do it. All right, so you working Monday through Friday. Anyway, you're looking at it, most people work Monday through Friday. Some people work 6 days a week. So if you're gonna be diligent and on point with work and making sure everything's done, why don't you treat your work the same way that you treat yourself and your body?
Right.
So the energy that you put into work, all right, so I'm gonna make sure everything's done. I'm performing at my high level Monday through Friday, so I'm gonna do the same thing for myself. So Monday through Friday, I'm going all out, taking care of my body, making sure I'm eating right, making sure I'm getting all my exercise in, so that on the weekend, I have that Saturday and Sunday and do whatever I want. Not getting to a point to where you just wilding out and eating crazy and being, you know, sloppy and careless, but you're gonna have a cheat day. You're gonna have a cheat meal. You're gonna have things that you want on the weekend, so that the things that you did throughout the week is worth it. It's been, you know, you worked for it. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
And now you can stick with that because you're not depriving yourself too much from the things that you enjoy eating. Because who wants to live life being miserable? And eating is such a large part of our life. So taking away everything is just going to make things, you know, disastrous for people.
Okay, now what about alcohol? Because the weekends, people like to let their hair down, party a little bit. Is that off limits? Should they have that extra tequila, or if they're trying to cut, should we cut that out?
So it all, it's all based on the individual. Now, to get to a goal, if you look at your body and say, all right, you look in the mirror and you give a full judgment. If I've been drinking all the time, if I've been eating wrong all these years and drinking crazy, then it has to get to a point. If I want to reach my goal, I have to make a sacrifice. You have to make a sacrifice. Anything you want in life, you must make a sacrifice to get it. So
absolutely.
As far as with your body, it's the same thing. So if you have to cut things for a couple months or a year or 3 months or 3 months or 2 months, whatever the amount is, it's all, it's different for each one. But you might have to cut for maybe sugar or alcohol or something else for a long period of time or a short period of time so that your body can reset. If your body never reset, it's just going to continue to get bigger and you're going to gain more weight. You have to be able to reset. And that reset could be, like I said, eating more healthier, cutting sugar, cutting alcohol, exercising more. It could be a number of things. But that body has to reset to start seeing results. And then after the body has a reset, then you say, okay, my body's responding to this reset. Now let me find something I could do long term.
Right.
That is, I could do in moderation so I could be happy and live happy and still get results.
Right. So now how long have you been a personal trainer?
It got to be 15 years, somewhere around there, 15, 16 years.
Yeah, because I met you. I was actually in the park. Right? Yeah, I was in the park running around and I think you saw me a couple of times. And I was struggling at that point. I was putting the work in, but I wasn't getting the results. And I think you noticed that. And you was like, I see you out here running and exercising all the time, but I don't see the weight coming off. So, let me give you some tips. And that's kind of how we connected, just you being a genuine person and reaching out. What are some of the things that you said you've been doing over 15 years. So what are some of the common things you see with people where the areas they struggle in losing weight?
The areas that they struggle in losing weight, they just get stuck on one thing. So if it's cardio, that's all they do. It's just cardio. If they're vegan, that's all they do is eat vegan. They don't work out, right? It's one. It's not all three. It's usually one, and that's it. They just focus on one area, and they don't focus on everything.
Right.
And then another big thing that I see, which is the largest thing now, is the mindset. So, like I told you earlier, I got certified. I'm a certified trainer, but I'm also a certified life coach now.
Right. Because
I realize how important it is for the mindset to be all in on your goals. So, mindset is big, because if you can't reprogram your mind to be more, I guess, what's the word? It's to get you to a point to where you could be consistent on your own goals. Like, you have to be like all in. Like, you have to be sold on that you can do it, because most people have these limited beliefs that they can't do this. Deep down inside, no matter what they do, their deep core belief is that they can't reach it. So it doesn't matter what they do, but if deep down inside you feel that you can't do it, eventually you're gonna quit.
Right. So it's more of a mindset.
Mindset is huge, because it could be a lot of different things holding people back from reaching their goals. And one big thing is limited belief. They really truly believe that no matter what they do, they're gonna fail. So mindset is huge. Mindset is huge, and then that's one of the things that I try to help people with, because you have to reprogram that mind so that you can be bulletproof. Like, there's nothing that someone can do.
I totally agree with you.
Yes, bulletproof mindset where nothing anyone can do. You stick into your regimen. This is how you live. Period. I don't care who I'm around, what you do, what the atmosphere is, where we hanging out at. This is the way I live my life, and however you live your life, I don't have to fall into that. I could watch you, I could entertain, I could be in that atmosphere, enjoy and have a great time. But when it's time to eat and work out and do all these other things, I'm going that way, and you can go that way.
Yeah, and and that's actually been a struggle for me sometimes. Because I'm so focused on the way I eat and my diet and all that, I refrain from going to certain places. Like I won't go to a club. Sometimes my people call me, want me to come hang out, and I won't go because I know socially I'm not going to be able to socialize with everyone the way everyone is socializing in terms of drinking and just kind of kicking back. And so I just kind of stay away from it. Sometimes I feel like maybe I should go and just kind of drink water, but who wants to be in the club drinking water? You know what I'm saying? Nah. Like, I don't want to do that. I just kind of want to y'all do what y'all doing. I'm going to do what I'm doing. So, yeah, you got to have that right mindset. And even if you do go out and have a drink, do it in moderation, right?
Right.
If you got to have it, just have one. Don't go crazy. Right. And I think that's the problem. And we'll have a taste and then we'll take it too far and we'll say, we'll restart next week. And that's the downfall. That's when you end up getting caught up again. And you're like, fuck it. I had the drink last night. I'm going to just have another one this day or that day. And before you know it, you're gaining weight. You're not exercising because you kind of got off your focus. Shout to Kendo in the building. I see you, man. All right. Yeah. So, I mean, a big part of it, like you said, is mindset. And like once I got focused with that, it was a lot easier. Now, a next thing, you got into being a life coach. Now, how did that transition happen?
Because over the years of training people, I get, I have very good intuition in figuring out what's going to work for that individual. So I don't give everyone the same workout or the same eating program or the same whatever. I have to figure out what's going to work for you. So 90% of my clients, I mean, over the years I've been lucky. 90% of my clients have been having great results. Thank God for that whole experience. But I do know what's the missing piece. What's the missing element? How come everyone is not having results? How come I'm not at 100%? Because everybody, in business you strive to get better. And after reflecting and thinking about everybody I train, I did boot camps and all these different things. What is the missing piece? The missing piece is the mindset. It's the mindset. Like, we have so many thoughts in our mind, right? It's like thousands every day. And it tells you like, oh, don't do this, don't do that. Oh, you don't want to do that. Oh, go eat that. I mean, it tells you, it run races on you like all day long. So if you don't know how to channel these thoughts and put it in the right place to where it's working for you and not against you, it doesn't matter what workout you do, what eating program you are on, none of those things matter unless your mindset is on point to where you can be accountable to yourself, right? Because a lot of people are accountable to a class, accountable to, a workout partner, accountable to something else.
Right.
You gotta get to a point to where your mindset is so strong that you're accountable to yourself. You don't need anyone nothing outside, exterior-wise, can break your mindset or break you from getting off of your routine. And you're still able to live your life. Like you said, if you go out occasionally, you can go out. You can have a drink. But you know what moderation is. The word is moderation.
Absolutely.
Everybody knows what it is. We're adults here, right?
Absolutely. Moderation.
Everybody knows what moderation means. So if you straight say, forget moderation, I'm gonna do what I want, you're gonna go home consciously thinking, why did I do that? I don't have to tell you what happened. I don't have to scold you and say, why did you do this? You're gonna do that to yourself. You're gonna say that to yourself, like, why did I do that? So that self-accountability is something that has to be built upon over time. I don't think it's something that, you just born with, or, you're just a certain individual and you could just do it. Something that you can build upon and get better and better each year or each month or whatever the case may be.
Right. That's what's up, man. I think people could take away a lot from what you just said. And it comes back, for me, it comes back to mindset. Almost 150%, because, you can say you want to do it, but actually putting it in practice and sticking to it is a whole nother thing. And that comes down to you just kind of being focused. For me, I think about the results. I always think about the results. I don't think about right now, okay, if I want to lose 50 pounds, I'm uncomfortable in my clothes, or, I'm in a situation that I don't want to be in. I think about how I'm going to feel when I get through this. And that's my motivation, the end result, just to keep pushing, keep going. What is it going to look like? How, my thing was my clothes. I hate my clothes not fitting right, being uncomfortable. I wear a 34 now. I was wearing a 38, 40. Those clothes are crazy. I'm not a tall guy, you know what I'm saying? So just coming out in those clothes is like, I hated taking photos, and I had to just kind of get past it and prepare myself for what I knew I was going to have to go through to get to the end result. And I want to say shout out to everybody around me who never really tried to discourage me or push some kind of food on me that I didn't want to do, or either say anything, because that's another big part of it, like the support system you have around you. Because you have some people who will see you on your journey and be like, you ain't got to worry about that. You look fine. You can eat that. It's no big deal. Oh, this is healthy. Oh, that's healthy. If you know that that's not good for you and it's not going to get you to the results that you want, then you shouldn't indulge in it. Far too many people around us don't do the right thing by just simply staying quiet. Just don't say nothing. If you don't have anything good to say, don't say anything. Right. Let us rock.
Let me say something about that. That's funny, because I do have clients in the past and currently where I had life coaching calls about the same exact thing you're talking about, where their best friend, is trying to sabotage their entire workout and weight loss process, bringing home treats and all the things that they're not supposed to eat. They bring it to their house, just like straight trying to sabotage everything. But, it's usually, unfortunately, it could be your best friend, it could be a close friend. These people usually want to get better too. Right. And they testing you to see if you're going to be, if you're serious about your goals.
Right.
That's what they're doing. They know what they're doing. They're not doing it like non-intentionally. They know your weaknesses. They know what you love to eat. So they're gonna bring what you love to see if you are truly committed to your goals. Mm-hmm. And if you fail that test, then they're like, oh, they're not serious.
Right. So what are some of the? How do you encourage someone past that? How do you encourage someone to stay on their path, to stay on their grind?
Right. So, it could get spiritual, right? Because you have like the devil in your ear, right? And then he's like, the gremlin in your ear telling you, oh, this and this and that. It goes right back to what I said earlier. So if you have to have high awareness. So if you're aware that your best friend is doing that, intentionally or non-intentionally, it's a test. If you're aware of that situation and you're saying, I'm being tested right now, how I'm going to step up to the test? I'm going to pass the test or I'm going to fail.
Right.
Either way you look at it, it'll make you stronger if you pass. If you fail and you're aware of it, and then you don't fail a second time when it happens again, because your friend is going to bring you a treat next week again or the next day.
That's a fact.
Especially if you ate it. So are you going to fail a second time? Or are you going to just say, you know what? Nah, this is not what I want. This is going against my goals. And that's it. You're not breaking me. Because you're going to be tested. Even if it's not your best friend, you're going to be tested by something else. You're going to walk by your favorite, I don't know, restaurant or your favorite
that
treat
Dunkin'
place.
Donuts, that Starbucks, or whatever it is.
Somebody's gonna stop, say, hey, let's make a quick stop over here. You're gonna get temptations. It's impossible to avoid all of them. But if you have the right mindset, you can say, no, I can't do this, but I could do it on Friday. Right. I could do it on Saturday. You know, whatever the case,
Right.
everything is moderation. You gotta have that self accountability. That's the strongest way to be disciplined and accountable, and to
Right.
reach your goal.
So
You have to have that self accountability. That any obstacle that comes your way, you're able to handle it.
So if I'm 50 pounds overweight and I want to lose 50 pounds, I decide Monday is the day. What kind of goals should I set for, let's say, weekly weight loss? What should I be expecting to lose per week?
1 pound.
1 pound a week.
Right.
That's anything more than that is unrealistic, you believe?
No, it's not unrealistic. But if you set yourself with a small goal, it's gonna reinforce your habits, your behavior. The goal is to keep going. So instead of thinking about how much weight I'm gonna lose, the goal should be, I want to continue doing this. That's my goal. I want to continue doing this for the rest of my life and make it a part of my life. So if you think in short term, I just want to lose 5 pounds, 10 pounds, 50 pounds, you're already given an end date.
Right.
You say, I hit my 50, I'm done. So you already said to yourself, there's an end date to this. But if you change your language and say, I'm trying to do this for the rest of my life, I'm not trying to be, a crazy workout person, but I want it to be a part of my life, a part of my lifestyle. So it's changing that end date to, I'm doing it for the rest of my life. And then you're going to be, it's taking the stress off of you if you don't reach that goal.
Right.
Because you're in for the long run.
Right.
And then now, once you hit those 5 pounds for the month or 4 pounds for the month, now you're building that confidence up that you can do more.
Right.
So it's better to do that than to say, oh, let me lose 10 pounds in the first month, and then you fail and quit.
Well, I was losing on average 3 pounds a week. So I thought that was, and that was with minimal working out. It was mostly my diet. Like, I cut out all the sugars, like I said, and the bread and the rice and so on and so forth. And consistently every week, I stepped on the scale once a week, and not every day. Some people do every day. If that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. But I stepped on the scale once a week, and I consistently saw a 3 pound drop every week for months. It was like that. And I thought that was pretty realistic, like 3 pounds. Like, so, I would tell people to try to
that was excellent. That was excellent. So that worked for you.
Right.
But remember, men and women body drop weight differently because women have a menstrual cycle. They have a lot of different things going on, right? Men, we don't have a cycle, So
it's harder for women to lose weight.
Yeah, it's harder for women to lose weight. It's harder because you got a lot of things happening during that monthly cycle. Men, we drop weight easy, like boom, 1, 2, 3, it's gone. But as you get older, your metabolism, what's that metabolism drop around age 24, 23, 24?
That young?
Going into your 30s.
That young, in your 20s, your metabolism is starting to slow down.
Late 20s, it start to really start dropping if you're not doing the things to keep that metabolism going. And if you look at this era, they're on the video games, so you can forget about it. Everything dropping.
Yeah, man.
Quick.
Even the kids are overweight.
Yeah. So yeah, there's something that, like, you don't want your health to go left as you get older. You don't want your body to go left as you get older. You don't want your mindset to go left as you get older. We all want to get better. So any way you look at it, self-improvement is a continuous process.
I agree with that.
It's so if there's no end date, that's my point. There's no end date. You're doing this for the rest of your life. And
that's the mindset that I have now. I had to get to a place where it wasn't so much about me losing 40 pounds, 50 pounds. It was more about me just changing my life completely. Right. And like I'm never eating that again. Like it's not that I can't have it. It's just that I don't eat it. Like I'm occasionally
it no longer serves you.
Exactly.
Occasionally
I may have some bread, depending on what kind of meal I'm having, but it's not like how before every morning you had toast with eggs or you had pancakes and this, that, and that was just a regular thing that you did every week. Now it's more of a treat. Now, you know, it's every now and again. You know, like I had like some shrimp tacos over the weekend. That's not something I would normally get. You know, just bread on a whole is one of the main things that I got rid of. Between that and the rice, I think that's what helped me the most. You know, rice, bread, sugar. I cut that out. And when people ask me, well, what to do, and I tell them, they usually like, nah, I can't get do that. So, you know, forgive me, man. Somebody's disrespectfully calling while I'm on the line, but you know, it is what it is, man.
But yeah, I agree with you. I look at it like you should be you should be treated like you treat your job. Like most people, they look at their job as everything. But the job that you had in college or 10 years ago or whatever amount of years ago is usually not the job that you have now.
Right.
So the task that you were doing when you first started working there is nowhere near to what you're doing now. You at a management level, you're doing like, you know, big operational things now. So it's the same thing with your body. You know, is a building block. So you start off small, but as the years progress, you should be getting better and better with the eating, better with the workout, better with everything, so that you consistently getting results and you're happy and you're comfortable in your own skin.
Right.
Because we shouldn't have to settle for the body that you have, or if you're not happy with it. Why settle when you can make small improvements?
And you know, here's the next thing I say for the relationship heads. How you look is what you think your partner deserves. I truly feel that way. How you look is what you feel your partner deserves. So if you fat and sloppy and you just don't care, that's what you think they deserve. So what you get is what you get. You know, if you really love them, you would do better. That's just me. That's not Alan. That's me.
I'm not gonna comment on that one.
I'm own that, but like I said, that's me. This had nothing to do with him. This is me. All right.
But for me, I think it's all about yourself, right? Because relationships can come and go, right? At the end of the day, you need to be happy with yourself. Like, are you comfortable with yourself? And that's it. If you're not comfortable with yourself, how are you going to be comfortable around someone else?
I agree with that, man.
You can't have a good relationship unless you have a good relationship with yourself first.
Absolutely. And you know, as you said, man, it needs to start with you. I agree with you on that. You know, for the first time, I feel really comfortable when I walk past the mirror. You know, you would walk past the mirror sometime and you'd be like, damn, look at how my stomach look, you know, but I don't feel that way anymore. And I'm happy that I put the work in and I'm getting the results I want. And I just...
How is your life different now after this?
Oh, you know...
When I met you, you know, you had a little weight on you, but there's a big difference now in every category in your life probably now.
Oh, absolutely. Here's the thing. Right? Here's the thing, right? When you feel better, it shows outwardly, right? And that translates into business, that translates into your social life. Everything goes up. If you're feeling good about you, people are going to notice that and people are going to gravitate towards you because of that positive energy. You know, you got a little extra bounce in your step. You feel better about yourself, it's going to translate. And I can absolutely say that I've been a beneficiary of that. Like I clearly see the difference. You know,
and then now it's inspiring others to do the same. Since they seen you do it, they say, you know what? Oh, it is possible.
Absolutely.
Oh, I can't do it. I can't do what he did. It's impossible. I don't know what they did. They had to do surgery. They had to do that.
I've gotten that. Like, you know, he must have did surgery. No, I didn't do surgery. No. So let's talk about really quickly before we get off this live. Let's talk about meal plans. You have meal plans. You give meal plans out with your working out and everything, your sessions. There's a lot of noise in your background. I don't know what's going on over there.
Hold on a second. So yeah, as far as I do a whole program. So it's meal plans, it's workouts. If they want to do it on the phone, like now they have like, you know, workouts that they could do on the phone where I don't even have to be there. If it's And then, like I said, I have a whole coaching program to go with it as well. If they feel like they just not consistent with their workout and they need something that's going to help get their mindset correct. So I have a whole wellness program where it covers all three areas that I feel that are the most important. And, it's working very well.
Okay, cool. So how can they get at you, man?
They could get at me at Alan the Fitness Coach. Instagram. I'm on Facebook.
Yeah, I know we're on Instagram right now, and you could get me right here, but we're on Spotify as well. So that's why the people that are listening and can't see you, I just want them to get the information as well. You know what I'm saying?
Alan the Fitness Coach on Instagram, TikTok. My email is alanthefitnesscoach@gmail.com.
Dope.
So you can reach me there.
And just quickly, some of the programs you offer, real quick.
So it's a whole wellness program. I cover nutrition. I cover the workouts, whether it's in person or online, or however you need it. And then I have a coaching program to go with it to help you so that you can be more consistent. And if you're struggling with, a lot of people struggle in different areas, emotionally eating, they struggle with being their mindset, or they easily distracted and they fall off. It's a lot of different things. So I just have the whole package in one versus one thing. I'm not just giving you I'm not going to throw you a nutrition plan and say, all right, figure it out.
That's what I was going to ask you. So do you tailor make them? You kind of tailor make them towards the person's specifics?
So I need to find out what your problems are.
Right.
And then once I know what you're struggling with, then I can tailor a program specifically for you. Because a workout and diet plan is not enough. It's not enough to help you get there. It's a starting point, but it's definitely not enough.
Absolutely, man. For real. All right, man. I appreciate your time today, brother.
Yeah,
it's just, man, you outside. It's all good, man. Anything you want to tell them before we get out of here?
Just stay healthy, man. I mean, we just came from a major pandemic and all these different health alarms. And I guess, knowing that all these things are happening, it should be a clear indication that you need to start taking your health more serious.
I totally agree with you, man.
If you're eating better, if you're working out, if you're doing the right things, you're going to be less prone to all these different types of things that we are experiencing right now. You're going to be, probably the last person at the hospital or whatever the case may be. So
totally agree with you, man.
That's a big, what we experience is probably the worst thing that ever happened to us. But you can take the first step and take first initiative and say, you know what, I'm going to take control of the situation and at least take care of me. So in case if another pandemic happened or if anything else happened, at least I know I'm doing the right thing and I'll be less susceptible to whatever that could possibly happen. So.
Absolutely, man. Listen, man, appreciate you, man. Again, thank you for your time. All right. I will absolutely be in touch. This man absolutely helped me with my weight loss, so make sure you check him out. Alan the Fitness Coach. He's right here on Instagram as well. If you like my results, hit him up because he helped me. I'm sure he can help you. All right. Have a good day, my brother. Stay blessed.
Have a good one, man. Stay blessed.
All right. Yes, sir. All right. So shout out to everybody in the room, man. Shout out to Carlene, the whole crew, Reds, the whole family in here, man. We feeling good. Hope you feeling good too. Just about going to do it for me. I'm going to pack it up, get the hell out of here. Hey, listen, man, thank you for riding with me today. This was the maiden voyage. Okay, so God first, everything else after. Strength to the mind, peace to the body. Stay strong, stay focused. If you can't be good, you better be careful. I'm going to see you in these streets. Yep.